yet of what it may be like punting in there with the dome and the ceiling and everything about, how high it may come into play? We have to redo a punt or anything like that?
I don't think it's going to be where I could hit the ceiling, but I've never punted in a dome, so it's going to be a new experience for me. But no, as far as like hitting the ceiling, I don't think that's going to happen.
Trevor, how do you see the competition at place kicker?
I mean, it's a competition right now. They're both competing for it. They're both doing really well. Right now, I mean, it's going to be Coach Jones' decision. It's neck and neck.
Is one of them a little bit better on shorter kicks and one better on longer kicks, or?
No, not really. They're both about the same.
Trevor, how excited is this team just to go play somebody else, somebody wearing a different color uniform?
We're very excited because we've been beating up on each other for the past month. So this first game, it's always exciting, but it makes me a little nervous because I'm just kind of curious to see how we're going to do with all these new people playing and new coaches and stuff. But I'm excited.
In terms of, I guess, maybe the spectacle of something playing in one of the newer, huge NFL stadiums, after last year at Bristol, it would be tough for y'all to be kind of, in awe of the situation, wouldn't it? I mean, it doesn't really get much bigger than that.
Right. I mean, we'll still be overwhelmed just because it's our first game, but like you said, yeah, Bristol, that was something else. I mean, this is still going to be really cool to play there, and I think it's just going to be a great experience for everybody.
Have you seen any renditions of the stadium?
No, I haven't.
You looking forward to playing in an NFL venue?
Yeah, I am. I've played in a few so far, but obviously never played in this one, so I'm very excited for it.
Playing in a dome, I mean, I would imagine for a punter that sort of removes a lot of potential problems, doesn't it? I mean, there's not many wet spots on the field. The ball's not going to be too wet. I mean, it seems like everything kind of is ideal for a punter.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I worry about is the wind, and so since I'm in a dome, I don't have to worry about that. So it should be perfect conditions.
So you can't blame the wind if one kind of goes short.
Yeah, it should be my fault.
Trevor, can you differentiate the mindset of this team going into this game against Georgia Tech versus the season opener last year against Appy State?
All right, what do you mean?
What's different about going into this game as the opener versus last year in your opener?
I don't really think anything's different. I mean, we're just trying to win, so and it's opponent, and we want to beat them. So I mean, it's the same. We're taking the same approach.
This is a bigger name opponent than last year.
Yeah.
Does that make any difference?
No, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're gonna beat them. Yeah.
In terms of you talked about how so many new guys in different spots. How much different is it doing something in practice as opposed to going out there and doing it in a game? For someone who's maybe even a talented guy, done a lot of things in practice, how much is that jump to a game? How steep is that?
It's a big difference because you can do it in practice and it's nothing, but when you get out there in a game and you have another team trying to tackle you or get the ball from you or whatever, and all the fans, play a role, so it's more nerve-wracking in games.
So it's nothing. I mean, I know coaches everywhere try to say they like to simulate things as much as they can, but can you really simulate anything like a game?
No, especially an SEC game. No.
How accurate of a long snapper is Riley Lovingood?
How accurate?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the most accurate. He's the best long snapper out there.
Has he ever missed you at all in a practice, a one-hop or anything? Because we don't see many guys offered a letter of intent and scholarship immediately. Usually it's a walk-on that earns that spot.
No, I mean, he doesn't miss me that bad. I mean, he'll occasionally have a bad snap, but he thinks it's bad, but it's really not as bad as he thinks. And I try to tell him that, but he's a really good snapper, really good.
Sorry, you may have answered this before. How did you transform your body? What went into that? What did you do?
I got on a diet. I started running every day all through the spring. I was working out, with Coach Rock and what he had me doing, and really it was the diet. Like, I started eating better.
Trevor, I don't know if you put any stock in this, but last year Georgia Tech was 3-0 against the SEC, and the ACC was 10-3 against the SEC. Is there a pride factor with the SEC and the ACC in a game like this?
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't even know that, but I mean, it's, SEC, we think we're the best. I mean, I think we are. So yeah, I mean, there's a pride factor involved.
Did you feel the same when you played Virginia Tech a year ago?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't really think about stuff like that. I don't know.
Really, no. Huh?
Yeah, I don't really know.
With this seriously is obviously we all know Butch takes special teams very seriously, and the punt team is kind of his baby, so to speak. How, when you look at the results last year compared to the year before that as an overall team and the punt team, did you kind of know he was going to make it an emphasis and he was going to be as kind of, drill oriented with it as he has been?
Yeah, I mean, because like you said, this is his team. I mean, he cares about it so much, and he puts so much effort and takes pride in it. So yeah.
So has it been a little bit even more detail oriented than it has been, or back to basics, or what was the process of trying to get things kind of, hemmed up on that end?
From this year to last year?
Yeah, just from last year going forward.
It's about the same. I mean, obviously, we're not looking for a punter right now, so he hadn't really been in my ear as much. He's been down there with the punt returners, and he's working on the guys up front on the punt team, covering down and stuff. He's more into that right now.
What do you think you could improve? Is it hang time? Is it directional punting? Is it punts inside the 20? Where do you feel like you need to improve?
Hang time. I think last year sometimes I would hit them a little too low, and they go the distance, but they didn't have the hang, so they kind of screwed my guys on that. And so I'm gonna try to hang it up there this year, give them a little more time to get downfield and make a tackle.
Were you surprised a member of the media could catch your punt?
I was. Who was that? I didn't know what was going on.
He's over there, Patrick Brown.
Yeah, I didn't know what was
Shake
going
his
on.
hand or what?
I need to. That
You
was
want to
awesome.
hit him a knuckleball or anything, or?
Well, I didn't know what was going on. If I would have known that what was at stake, I probably would have kicked him a little harder ball, but I didn't know. So.
Hey, what have you seen from Joe Doyle?
Last question.
He's a good punter. As a freshman, I've seen consistency out of him, and he knows his stuff. I mean, he can teach me things that I didn't even know about punting. So whenever I do something wrong, I kind of turn to him and ask him, like, hey, what am I doing wrong? And he can kind of critique me and help me out, too. So he knows what he's doing.